If you're in South Florida today, you have two options. You can be out at the beach, taking in some sun and some rays, or you could be at the racetrack, where later on you may be able to say, I was there when history was made. Today, either Jimmie Johnson will win 4 straight titles, or Mark Martin will become the oldest driver to win a title in 61 years of NASCAR. Inside the pit studio, I'm Nicole Mansky alongside 5-time champions. We have got Ray Evernham, Rusty Wallace, and Dale Jarrett in the middle. We will speak to them coming up in just a little bit, but covering both sides of the stories, not taking sides, but covering them. We have our NASCAR Now lead reporter, Marty Smith, with the 48, and we have Mike Massaro covering the 5. We start with Jimmie Johnson.
Nicole, whether you're talking Michael Jordan or Michael Jackson, it's extremely difficult to fully respect historic excellence in the moment. Count Johnson among that contingent. Of course, what he's done in the chase since 2004 is utterly dominant. However, it seems the general public doesn't fully respect it. His competitors, however, don't count them among that contingent.
If you were to design a blueprint on how to knock them off the top of the mountain, what would the key components be?
Dynamite. Over at the 24-48 shop. I mean, I don't. It's they've done a great job, and as much as many people, I won't say boo, but dislike the fact that he's been so dominant, they deserve it.
I don't know what it is about our sport, but you go watch tennis match, you watch Federer play, you watch Tiger Woods play golf, you watch the Yankees win another World Series, and it's just celebrated throughout the industry. It's just, an opportunity to see the best at the best and to see the best win multiple times in a row. And for some reason, when that happens in our industry, it's like, well, what's wrong? Well, nothing's wrong. They're just that good. And, I think we should step back, whatever happens, and just take a moment and just say, you know what, I think this is great for our sport. Jimmie's going to win 4 in a row. There's nothing wrong with that. They're just good.
Simply put, Jimmie Johnson is the man when chase time rolls around. There have been 59 chase races held since 2004, and Johnson has won 18 of them. That's better than a 30% winning clip. He also ranks first in top 5s, top 10s, average finish, and laps led, a ridiculous 3,162 laps. Obviously, those numbers are unbelievable, especially in a time when it's harder to win than ever. Now for news on the 5 car, here's Mike Massaro.
Thank you, Marty. Regardless of what happens today, it has been a remarkable season for Mark Martin. Remember, early in the season, he was as low as 34th in the standings. Yet today, he could be just potentially 400 miles away from playing spoiler and pulling off the biggest upset in NASCAR history. Martin comes in confident, knowing that even if he does come up short, this season has been far from a disappointment.
To even give those guys any kind of run for their money is a tremendous accomplishment, and my race team deserves great credit for what we've done, and I feel really good about things. There's no reason why we can't win this weekend. I mean, I have no concerns whatsoever about the performance of my race car. I'm very comfortable that what we've been doing is going to work just as well here as other places. I like the racetrack. It's a fun racetrack. I can't wait for the challenge.
For Mark Martin to have any shot whatsoever at the championship, he certainly has to do his part. So, how good is his car? Well, if practice is any indication, it's pretty good. In both sessions Saturday, the 5 car behind me was among the top 3 on each of those speed charts. Looking pretty good, Nicole.
Mike and Marty, thank you very much. If speed is any indication, if you just look at qualifying, they qualified 1st and 4th. Johnson gets the pole. Mark Martin starts 4th. This weekend has been a lot about respect. Which driver has the most respect of those drivers in the garage? Is it Jimmie Johnson, or is it the guy who's been here longer, Mark Martin?
No, that's another great question. I really think it's both of them. I don't think I can pick any single one out. Jimmie Johnson's been so dominant, such a really cool guy on and off the racetrack, and Mark Martin's a sentimental favorite. They all want him to win also, so that's one. I just can't pick this guy or that guy, and I'd be wrong if I tried.
Yeah, in the garage area, both of these guys command a lot of respect because of what they do on the racetrack and around their competitors. So you can't single out one there. Who do the fans look at a little differently? I think they certainly give Mark Martin a little more respect because he's been there. He's done a lot of things. He doesn't have that championship. I think they're just a little tired of seeing Jimmie dominate. Quite honestly, he's not getting the respect from the fans that I think the rest of us think he deserves.
And I think they are both respected, but for different things. Obviously, Mark Martin is respected for his tenacity, his commitment, and being able to just keep coming back and doing what he's doing at 50 years old. And I think Jimmie Johnson is just respected for the tremendous talent and ability and the numbers, the records. Those records we just saw blew me away. Even I didn't realize he was first in every category.
It's pretty hard to beat, which obviously people have been able to do the past 3 seasons. You've all been in this situation before. 5 times you have woken up on the morning when you were about to win a championship. When you wake up, what is the first thing that goes through your mind?
How much time do we have to go to the green flag? Because once that race starts, that is the only place that you are comfortable all morning. You are not comfortable. These guys are thoroughbreds. You can only keep them waiting at the gate so long. They want to get going.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me is I'm going to finally get to sleep after this is all over, because you talk about waking up. There wasn't much sleep, but they're going through a lot of that. Jimmie Johnson is just sitting there thinking about what he has to do, and that's what I thought about. My game plan, sticking to that strictly, not letting anything else or any of the surroundings change what I needed to do.
For me, I was agonizing the whole night. I was agonizing for days leading up to my championship back in '89. I'll never forget that. And the one confusing thing I had going on was that I had many, many team members and other drivers and other owners coming up to me telling me how I should be running my race. Don't run hard, Rusty. Be a little conservative. Don't throw away what you gained all year long. Stuff like that. So it did confuse me just a little bit. And I'm sure that Jimmie Johnson and Mark Martin are going through a little bit of the same thing.
It's also something else to watch today. You don't want to be the driver that causes one of these 2 drivers to not win the championship. Watch today how they are raced on the track. A lot coming up today. We will make history from Homestead Miami Speedway. And on ESPN News, immediately following the race, we will be with you to recap exactly what we saw from Miami, what today could be the City of Dreams. We'll see you after the checkers.